24 cars go towards Cops, and it looks like it's we've got a yellow flag waved at the back. I think we've got a staller, but the rest of the field are away, and it's Mirko Bortolotti who takes the lead. It was a terrible start from Monras, who slotted into second place. I think that's Will Bratt running a little bit wide as they make their way down towards Beckett's and Maggots for the first time. There is Bortolotti then. Well, let's see as they come through. But there's a bit great. Oh, flying back onto the track, Petrov style. Who was that? I think that might have been Jack Clark. But now Brundle is sending one up the inside. Is that going to end well? He's just about got a bit of an overlap. I think that's on Pinheiro, it is. So Pinheiro just about. This is nice and close, isn't it? Only about a car length between them on the apex now. If Gladys can get on the boost button here, they will be able to make an opportunity. He's right in the slipstream. Johannes Steerbold goes defensive early on, forcing Gladys to the outside of Brooklands, which is always going to be tough. And as a result, he's gone in deep. He's gone in deep. Steerbold just about gets it gathered back up and hits the apex once more. But that was he's trying to squeeze at the inside of Lovefield, and he's just about going to make it through. Good battle here, and Gladys, they're absolutely wheel to wheel. Gladys has the inside line for Woodcote, and that was an opportunistic move. I'm presuming Theobald went deep into Lovefield. Max Snigarov to come right up behind Theobald, so it's a three-car train heading down into Stowe. I think he's used his boost all over the cement. He goes as Theobald looks to the outside. Snigarov is hanging on the inside. He's going to go around the outside of Stowe. Surely that's not going to work. Gets a little bit sideways. He manages to, he's cut all across the runoff area there. Surely that's not going to be allowed as they break down into the Vale. This is a fantastic scrap, and they're wheel to wheel, and Gladys just about holds on, but here's Max Snigarov to take both of them through club. Absolutely fantastic, and Snigarov holds the position. Gladys goes flying off wide, and he's still on the ground. This is ridiculous stuff, and there's contact on the run up into Abbey. They almost go flying off the circuit. Somehow they're all still on the track. The first race of the FIA Formula 2 Championship sees Mirko Bortolotti take the victory then. P1 for Bortolotti, a commanding drive of 52, setting his fastest lap of the race on the penultimate lap. There is Will Bratt taking second place. This Formula 2 race about to get underway. 5-second board held aloft. The red lights come on. And we're away, and some better stuff from Mickey Monras. Alex Brundle's going nowhere. Is everyone going to avoid him? Just about. That was a very scary moment for Alex Brundle, but meanwhile up the front, that's Tobias Hagerbold. Is he up into second place? No, sorry, that's a little bit further back. Mickey Monras has got a great start, but that's a disaster for Alex Brundle. What does this boy have to do to get a bit of luck? Will Bratt is up into second from fourth on the grid. Then it's Mirko Bortolotti in third as the marshals try to push him clear. Now, if they can't get it clear, they are going to have to deploy the safety car. So heading out onto the hangar straight, it's side by side for second position. A great start from Will Bratt then as he hugs the inside line. Ramon Pinheiro is going to make it three abreast on the run down into Stowe. Then it's Tobias Hagerbold behind, and Ramon Pinheiro nosing up the inside. A little bit of contact, and Pinheiro goes round, spins back across the circuit. Hopefully everyone's going to avoid him this time. Pinheiro actually rolled a Formula Palmer Audi there in his first ever race in Formula Palmer Audi a few years ago. But that's a disastrous start for the young Brazilian. The rest of the field make their way down into Vale and Club, but an action-packed first half a lap. It's all just about settling down. That is Club. So that was an impressive, or an audacious attempt, I should say, from Benjamin Lariche. Tucked right into the slipstream, into Abbey. That's brave. Just about gets out of it. That was, some brave stuff from Benjamin Lariche. I think he was the guy who had a lunge to Beckett's yesterday. Good spot. So those thoughts not falling, not retiring, but certainly falling down the order. Now, here comes Lariche on Natalia Kowalska. What's Kowalska going to do? She's going to dart this way, she's going to dart that way, and she's going to squeeze Lariche to the inside line. And Lariche, well, he's brave, he kept his foot in, and he squeezes up the inside into Stowe. Now, how quickly can Ramon Pinheiro get past? It was the Italian Mirko Bortolotti who dominated race 1 here at Silverstone yesterday. But it's Mickey Monras, the youngster from Spain, who has dominated today. Just 19 years of old, his debut weekend in Formula 2 heralds a victory. And it's a fantastic race for Mickey Monras. His team are delighted. We've got the green flag wave from the back of the field. And now we just wait for the lights. The engine revs rise then. Who's going to get the best getaway when the lights go out? It's there away, and it's a sliding start from Brundle, but I think he's just about got a good start. Tobias Hagerbond didn't get a good one. Brundle does make an excellent start, actually. Jack Clark looking up the inside of Ramon Pinheiro, but it's Miki Monras into second position as they all tiptoe their way around the Grand Corps for the first time. So it's Monras up into second place. Third has gone Christopher Zanella. Pinheiro there in fourth. Jack Clark has made his way up to fifth place. So Mirko Bortolotti loses a few positions. The rest of the field round their way through Estoril Corner now and head up towards the Adelaide hairpin. Are we going to see some overtaking? Ramon Pinheiro is looking racy to try and get third position from behind Christopher Zanella as they make their way through the spray. So it's Brundle in the lead, Monras in a fairly comfortable second position, then it's Zanella in third, and they all very, very slow. I think Zanella's gone wide there. Ramon Pinheiro might be able to get up the inside on the exit, and he has. Ramon Pinheiro up into third position. We've got some slower cars on the exit. Jack Clark is now up into almost fourth place. He's going side by side with Will Brad. That's a good start from Will Brad, actually, and Will Brad is through past Jack Clark. So from 8th on the grid, Brad made a good start, but they're all safely through the first half a lap. This is going to be down into the Lycée Pan. He's going to have a look at the inside, and Christopher Zanella slides up into second place if he can get it stopped in time, and he can. So Zanella from second on the grid, is now back up into second place, and he's going to hunt down Alex Brundle this time. You can see that coming a mile off. It looked as though he may well. Now, will we see Christopher Zanella? Of course, Brundle won't have seen that move last lap around. Oh, but he's gone a little bit wide, and Brundle's on the grass, and Christopher Zanella takes the lead of the race. But a mistake from Alex Brundle, just being put under pressure, and Christopher Zanella, the young man from Switzerland, the 22-year-old from Switzerland, 21-year-old, moves into the lead, down into the Lycée hairpin they come. And now can he begin to pull away from Brundle in second place? Zanella's lead is now for 5.4 seconds, so Zanella in a complete league of his own at the moment with 9 laps to go. They're coming up towards lapping Natalia Kopalska. Well, Miki Monras has been interesting today, because he seems to be really quick, and then he suddenly seems to drop back. It's the attack of Hagerbond, it is. He's obviously used the boost to get up alongside, and Tobias Hagerbond moves up into the final podium position. He'll park it on the apex to not let Monras get a chance. He slides the car on the exit, and Miki Monras then devoted to fourth place unless he fancies a look into the inside of the Nürburgring, and Hagerbond defends it, splashes through the water on the inside line. Can he get it stopped in time? Yes, he can. Good racing here between these two. Tobias Hagerbond moves up into third. Does Miki Monras have anything in response? Heading up towards the end of the chicane, Hagerbond perhaps using his boost because he's right onto the back of Brundle now. He looks to the outside. That's not really going to be an overtaking opportunity unless he's super brave and super skillful, but he's going to try and get the switchback out of the corner. Brundle going defensive in all the right places. This is going to be an excellent scrap. Can Brundle hold on for the last 8 laps of the race? He goes deep in again. Hagerbond not quite close enough to make it through. Now this is where we saw Zanella make a move earlier on. Will Hagerbond be on the boost button? And will Brundle have any boost left to counteract that? Hagerbond swings to the outside line, not close enough this time around. Behind Alex Brundle, Miki Monras there, just people are watching for him down the fourth position. Is Pinheiro in fifth still. Hagerbond darting out to the inside to try and put Alex Brundle off more than anything. And the wheel, yes it has. Alex Brundle goes deep into the Adelaide hairpin, and Tobias Hagerbond moves up into second place. Brundle now with that mistake into the Lycée Pan for the final time. And a very commanding drive from Christopher Zanella makes him see the checkered flag, and he wins sideways here at Magny-Cours. Even more sideways behind him is Sung Ak Man. Second place is going to be Tobias Hagerbond, and Alex Brundle will hold on to take third position, which he will be delighted with, just to get some points on the board after a dismal display. The lights come on, the engine revs rise, and we're away. Who gets the best start? It looks like it is going to be Zanella who holds the lead into turn one. We've got a staller right at the back. That could be Crowley, but up the inside goes Alex Brundle. Has he managed to take the lead into the Grand Corps? No, not quite. Bortolotti is up into third place. Marinescu drops down to fourth. That was an audacious attempt. Someone's gone onto the ground a little bit further back, and then Benjamin Lariche trying to go around the outside of Jack Clark. They make their way up towards the Adelaide hairpin for the first time. No doubt snapping on the boost button as they climb up the hill. Marinescu looks like he's quite racy behind Bortolotti. Let's see how it all pans out. Bortolotti has the inside line to the hairpin and holds third place. There's Benjamin Lariche then, and here is the back we were talking about. Benjamin Lariche and Mikkel Mack very close to one another. There's Johannes Theobald, but Mack is right in the slipstream now. Will he be pushing that boost button? Benjamin Lariche goes defensive, but Mack has got alongside and has got past. Does Lariche have any boosts left to use? He's going to hope Mikkel Mack outbrakes himself, and the youngest man in the field does not. He covers the apex nicely, and Mack makes up the position. Is this a chance for Lariche to get back up the inside? No, it's not, but Mack goes defensive, and then Lariche goes for it up the inside into the chicane. Not close enough. the spoils this weekend. Zanella has been greedy and he has taken both race victories here at Magny-Cours. The checker flag falls. Christopher Zanella wins round 4 of the 2011 Formula 2 Championship and moves to the top of the 2011 Formula 2 Championship. Ramon Pinheiro on pole position, Alex Brundle alongside him. Green flag is about to be waved from the back of the field once we've got the safety medical car. Here we go then. Green flag wave from the back of the field. The lights come on. And we're away. Who's going to get the best getaway? It's a slow start, I think, from Alex Brundle. Zanella's got a good one. He's looking to the inside to try and take third place. But it's a good start from Ramon Pinheiro. He holds the lead as they come into La Source for the first time. Brundle goes to the outside. Are they all going to squeak through cleanly? Who's that doing? Kimi Räikkönen off on the outside is Will Bratt. And look at that. He's going to move up to second place. That's going to be an interesting one, I think, isn't it? As they all plough down towards Eau Rouge for the first time. So Bratt up in second. Brundle third. Bortolotti in fourth. Fifth place is Chris Vanillere. Sixth is Tobias Hegerwald. He's got past Timo Stork, who drops down to seventh.
Before Eau Rouge, so it's partly due to his exit at La Source. I think if we can keep with the Source here, we might see there two very different lines on the exit.
Zanella's going for it up the inside. Great late move from Christopher Zanella, making his way past Mirko Bortolotti, who I don't think saw that coming, but now they're going to be...
Got it back.
Is he going to stamp on the boost? Because you don't want to be side by side going through Eau Rouge, so a great little switchback for Mirko Bortolotti, but Zanella is proper close as they now climb up through Eau Rouge. Look how much quicker he was. I think he had to get out of the power there. Look at this, Hegerwald right under the rear wing of Alex Brundle. This is a move for fourth place. Hegerwald leaves it late, darts to the inside line. Are we going to see Brundle get the comeback? How late does Hegerwald want to turn in? I think that was clever driving from him, really, wasn't it? Because if he places his car there, Brundle can't get the cutback, but he's right in the slipstream now as they make their way down towards Eau Rouge. This is where drivers earn their money. This is where these drivers are brave. Oh, very close and just about to get through there. I think Brundle was expecting to go a little bit faster. That was the close spot. The man from Banbury in the United Kingdom, 23 years old in the Unipark car, turns his way into the bus stop for the final time, and I think we are going to see a very, very happy Will Bratt come across the line. He takes the win in round 5 of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. Will Bratt wins the race. Second place for Mirko Bortolotti, only 2.4 seconds behind the flag. Third place for Christopher Zanella. From the back of the field then, it's Will Bratt versus Ramon Pinheiro off the line. Here at Spa, the lights come on, and we're away. Who's going to get the best getaway? There's lots of movement in the midfield. It looks like Mirko Bortolotti's got a good start. Jose Luis de Bandin pushed onto the grass a little bit further back, but Bortolotti slices through the middle of the two front row men. Are they all going to get safely round La Source? No, Pinheiro spins. Ramon Pinheiro, what a disastrous weekend this is turning into. Mirko Bortolotti, I think, has taken the lead. Hegerwald is up into second place. Bratt in third. Is that Jordan King possibly up into fourth place? Astonishing. So then we've got Clark and Alex Brundle battling, but Hegerwald, the Spa specialist, is on form here. Zanella has lost out to Jordan King then, who probably darted on the inside of all that action. It's side by side for the lead, up to Les Combes for the first time. Then it's about 8 abreast behind King. Has he just moved up? Is he still in third? Everyone goes across the runoff there, including Jordan King, and this is going to get a bit messy now. Zanella slots in behind King, then it's Bratt, then it's Monras, and well, we'll try and sort out exactly how it's standing, but Bortolotti and Hegerwald have broken away. Jordan King running in third, a frantic first half of the lap.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'd like to see a replay of turn 1 at the Source to see what happened between Pinheiro and Bortolotti, but yeah, Bortolotti went down the inside of Pinheiro, but I don't know whether there was contact. I would assume there would be, frantic first lap.
We saw yesterday, there's Snegerev trying to go around the outside of Calvin Schnooks at Puop, but he decides to go on the runoff, as does James Cole. So everyone has somehow made it safely through. Is Ramon still going?
I don't think he's caught the field back up because he was facing the wrong way up to the Source. I did look out the window and I didn't see him come down, but we'll have to see.
Okay, we'll wait and see. These cars, of course, do have starter motors, so there's now Snegerev behind Partiva Suresh-Warren. You can see the standings then coming up on the bottom of the screen. Miki Monras is the winner. Will Bratt is the big loser in this. It's going to be interesting to see what happened to him because he dropped from first to fifth. Zanella is looking racy behind Jordan King. We may see that move heading down towards Blanchimont. They both go off the circuit there at Blanchimont. Keep it all together. Zanella looks. Jordan King comes across to defend nicely. Is he going to get it stopped in time? Yes, he is. Jack Clark's running strongly as well. So who's that flying off? Oh, that's Julian Theobald, his best qualifying of the season so far. And unfortunately, probably just too late on the brakes there into the bus stop.
Yeah, easily done actually. There's a bump that's getting worse every year down there, and it catches you out if you're not careful on the brake zone. So it can easily end up like that. But Jordan King, fantastic job. But those two guys going wide at Blanchimont is not the approved line, so they've got to be careful.
The incident at turn 1 is under investigation. It says here on the timing screen. So series, and we've got a yellow flag up here. Oh, Benjamin Marie just punted off Mikkel Mack. Looks as though just following too closely in traffic defensive. This is the battle for 4th position. Monrad pulls to the outside. Brat defends that very, very nicely, but really where Brat needs to be careful is now coming down into Eau Rouge and subsequently along the Kemmel Straight, because there's only perhaps 1 car length between them now. And he's going to have a look up the inside into Eau Rouge. That is brave stuff from Mickey Monras. Will Brat has to compromise his line, and as a result they're going to be right together, holding out along the Kemmel Straight. The battle for 4th position. Brat leads at the pole man. There's Benjamin Rees. We've got the yellow flags here up at Les Combes, so don't overtake him, Mickey, or you'll be in big trouble. He looks to the inside, spots the yellow flags, and backs out of it as they turn into Les Combes.
Yeah, that's exactly what Monras did not want going up into Les Combes. I think he probably would have had that done actually. He had a massive toe going through Eau Rouge.
Oh, we've got... It looks like Hagevold or Johannes Theobald, so let's zoom in a bit more. It's Tobias Hagevold is out of the race from 2nd place. He's obviously just dropped it. He's got the car going again, so that promotes Zanella up into 2nd. This is now a battle for the final podium position then. Hopefully we'll get a replay of that at some point, but I imagine he just got on the power too quickly coming out of the first right-hander at Les Combes, which is about 75 miles an hour. Here we go. Oh, he's lost that big time, hasn't he?
Yeah, very bizarre. On that corner you normally lose it a little bit later on.
Side by side between Clark and Marinescu. Marinescu makes it through on the outside on the run-up towards the right-hander at Les Combes. So the move he's been trying to make for a few laps now has finally come off. Demotes Jack Clark down into 6th place. So Marinescu, after starting 12th, moves up into 5th place. It's an impressive performance from Mihai. Got a yellow flag at turn 1, so I imagine something's happened there, but scores being impressive.
Doing a good job actually. I think he had a bit of an unfortunate qualifying session, but he does have a good pace and very impressive. That's not so impressive, however.
That's Johannes Theobald diving up the inside of Flamen Kralev. We found out at Silverstone that Mickey Monras had quite a bad shoulder injury from his karting days. It wasn't giving him any trouble in like 20-minute GP3 races, but when he started doing these 40-minute races, he would kind of struggle towards the end of the race. So I just wonder if that's what's happened. Here's Aman Ibrahim, that's a bit of a lunge and that's a bit of a tap, and round goes Timo Storz, keeps it going again, lights up the rear tyres, locks up, loses the position and that's very similar, and I think there's only one place where that blame lies, I would say.
Well, yeah, I think Ibrahim will regret that for a while actually, but I don't know what he's thinking a long way back.
He is right in the slipstream. Is Alex Brundle of Jordan King just not quite close enough, and it's not worth a lunge, but I wonder, if he's got a boost saved or something like that in order to make a move on that last lap, or at least give himself the opportunity to make a move. But as I say, Alex has just kind of found some speed from somewhere this year, because now he's, dominating radical races with his dad at Brands, and Brundle is squeezed up the inside into Ravage. So that was a cunning move, really. Did Jordan King go a little bit wide?
Yeah, I think he outbraced himself slightly and just wandered a little bit wide. Such an easy mistake to make actually at that corner.
As he turns his way through Blanchimont for the final time. 2nd place yesterday, but it's going to be the top step of the podium today in round 6 of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. The checkered flag is held out, and the checkered flag falls for Mirko Bortolotti for the 2nd time this season. He becomes our 2nd double winner of the year after this man, Christopher Zanella. 3rd place for Will Bratt. Mickey Monras pushed him pretty hard, but could only come home. So we are just about ready to get underway. It's Mirko Bortolotti versus Mihai Marinescu off the front row. Will Bratt and Brundle also too. The green flag wave then from the back of the field. The cars get ready as the lights come on. And we're away. It's a very slow start actually from Will Bratt, isn't it? Ramo Pinheiro gets a little bit bogged up behind, but Mirko Bortolotti is flying away at the front. He is comfortably going to hold the lead. Jack Clark in the black and yellow car diving up on the inside. He somehow manages to take second place after starting 6th on the grid. Ramon Pinheiro gets a little bit bogged in the middle. He's going to lose a position there in the midfield as well. Slower start from Sunhack Mud, but it's Mirko Bortolotti who comfortably leads. Zanella is getting pushed onto the outside as they make their way around the arena complex for the first time. Zanella holds on around the outside of Marinescu, then takes the inside right-hander as the cars just try and sort themselves out. Tobias Hakewold, a disappointing qualifying for him, is forced out by Aman Ibrahim. But, well, James Cornell, Mirko Bortolotti has made a monster start. He's just about able to hold that position. Marinescu still in fourth, so Marinescu really a big loser off the start. And Zanella, big winner after a poor qualifying performance. Further back at the order. Here's a battle of the Germans. Then Tobias Hakewold sliding past Johannes Theobald as they turn into the final corner at turn 16 and back out onto the start-finish straight once more. And here's Mickey Monras having a look at the inside of Jordan King a little bit further back in the mid for second place. Zanella dives up the inside of Jack Clark and makes it through. And that was really a classic piece of defending. Zanella didn't turn in until very late in the day, so Jack Clark had no chance of the cutback. Looking to pick up his first podium of the season so far. 3 podiums he picked up last year with that Brands Algarve in Valencia, but right in his slipstream is Mihai Marinescu, slightly jinxed to the inside to defend, and that works very effectively. Marinescu getting all sorts of out of control in the braking zone, manages to collect it all up and back together again, so Clark holds on to that 3rd place. He's going to have to defend like that for a long time, I feel, because Alex Brundle and Will Bratt are starting to come into contention, and Ramon Pinheiro, of course, is worth pointing out, boost management as well, because these guys have got the over boost if they wish to use it, which ups there to 500 brake horsepower. Ramon Pinheiro coming into the pits then, and I think this is a drive-through penalty, James.
That's right, Jack. Actually, he was out of line on the start grid, and they've given him a drive-through for it, so that's quite a harsh penalty, but expected.
Well, that's a signal, an indication really of Ramon Pinheiro's luck so far this season, coming so early in the race as well. We haven't got that much field spread here, so Ramon is going to drop right down the order. Mickey Monras is going to be coming to the rest of Jordan King. There is Ramon making his way through the pit lane, and out of there pretty much plumb last by the time he comes out. Just a little bit. Oh, and that's Mihai Marinescu. Marinescu is out from 4th place. That's down there at turn 6, I think, isn't it? So we can find out what happened to Mihai, but he has thrown this away. That was a strong performance. He's been in a strong position. He's on course to equal his best result of the season. Replay. It's odd, isn't it? Because it just looks as though he's lost it. Tries to power too hard. And Alex Brundle's off, and that looks like a front left suspension damage, and he is not a very happy man at all. So Alex Brundle is out of the race. Well, we'll have to wait and see. That's down in the first corner, isn't it, when he's gone off? Wait to see what happens. He was involved in some fairly close battles. Alex Brundle and Will Bratt got together. That was possibly the cause of Alex Brundle's retirement. We didn't see it. That would suggest the case. Here now is again, isn't it? Now with Ramon Pinheiro trying to make his way back up the order after his drive-through penalty earlier on in the race. Gets the car stopped nicely on the apex. Theobald, though, getting the cutback. So a good move there from Theobald. 7th place back still by Will Bratt. A longer trail further back. There's Johannes Theobald in the black car that just flashed out of shot. The man we talked about earlier. Benjamin Lariche sending one up the inside now of Aman Ibrahim. This is going to be good news for Ramon Pinheiro, who you can see the white and fluorescent yellow car behind. They start battling. Pinheiro will be able to close in and possibly make a move. And as we can see now, he's right on the back of Aman Ibrahim. Lariche has moved up to 13th position then. Has picked up 1 point in the second race at Silverstone, 11th place at Magny-Court as well, so he's not on for his best performance unless he can get up and down with the line of Johannes Theobald and Max Snegerev. But here is Pinheiro side by side with Aman Ibrahim. Pinheiro's surely going to get pushed wide. He is, keeps his foot in and keeps the position, does he? And still going to be side by side on the run down into the hairpin. Ibrahim will have the inside line. Pinheiro fancies his chances around the outside. It's a long, long way to go around there, Ramon. And as a result, he doesn't quite hold the position, but he's looking like he's going to get past Ibrahim before too long. Imagining that Bortolotti is a very satisfied Italian right now. Coca-Cola curve once more. inside out over the start finish line. It's been a dominating performance from Mirko Bortolotti, who takes the victory in round 7 of the 2011 Formula 2 Championship. He's very happy as Italian. So we've got a German on the front row of the grid behind an Italian, Mirko Bortolotti. Simon Kralin lines up in his appropriate position. The green flag is waved. The 5-second board goes out. The lights come on. A longer hold before we're finally away. It's a good start again from Mirko Bortolotti. Max Snegrev darting out in the middle, and Tobias Hagevold isn't really close enough to make a move. Johannes Theobald coming up the inside, channeling for second place. Jack Clark super late on the brakes to slide through the middle of them, and around the outside there at turn 1, that is Will Rack moving up into second position. A very good move from him. They're all safely around the first corner. That was an impressive move from Will Rack. Johannes Theobald still there for Christopher pushing hard behind, trying to go around the outside of Nickel Mack. He's then going to have the inside line for the right-hander at turn 4, and he moves up into what is, I think, 6th position. They're all filtered through. We've got one car off. That's Max Snegrev, I couldn't quite see, but on the way down into replay we start, and perhaps a great move here.
That's right, he used the space on the outside. Everybody just seemed to go tight, and he's taken a good advantage through it.
Very impressive from him. Are we going to see the incident towards the back of the pack? Yes, we are. Oh, it's almost wrong for Max Snegrev. I thought it was Snegrev. It was Snegrev. And he's had a fairly almost roll there. Hopefully he can enjoy the race. These cars, of course, do have starter motors in them. So the rest of the field making their way down towards the hairpin at the Dunlop curve for the first time. There's the number 2 car, James Cole. The 4 champion, and off goes Simon Kralin towards the barriers and softly into the barriers. Will that have damaged his rear left suspension? It didn't look like too hard a hit. He will try and get going again. He will get going again by the looks of things. Then we've got Alex Brundle and Jack Clark doing battle. They'll be off to Brands Hatch, their home race next time out in late July. Monras looking the most racy, and it's Theobald running very, very strongly, but he's going to be passed, is he, by Christopher Zanella. Zanella looks to the outside, Johannes Theobald keeps it all under control. The German has a reasonable amount of experience, I'm sure to say. And out is Kaziva Suresh-Warren. That's a clearly bent front right suspension arm, and it's Sunhat Munn has gone up the inside of it. Suresh-Warren has... Oh, wow, that immediately goes over as well. So we've had 2 airborne incidents so far today, and it looks as though
it was quite a late load, but I think the move was on, so maybe partly it should have just had to take in more room and live to fight another day.
Battle for 4th place, side by side, down into the first corner. Christopher Zanella on the outside. Johannes Theobald is going to hold the inside line and the high line, but Zanella goes all the way around the outside to move up into 4th place. Battle for 4th position is still ongoing, and Johannes Theobald here has just lost out, or has he? Mikkel Mack certainly got up alongside, and Brundle opportunistically darts up the inside line and makes it through. Now he's going to be in the slipstream of Johannes Theobald. Clark is right up behind Mikkel Mack as well. If anyone, I think it's going to be Clark who makes the move on Mikkel Mack. Under braking through the chicane they come, and it was a leg move from Alex Brundle actually up the inside of Johannes Theobald, and they collect each other, and that is a spectacular roll for Johannes Theobald. Mickey Monras takes avoiding action. Theobald moving around in the car, so he should be alright. Mirko Bortolotti turns into the chicane for the final time. It's been a commanding performance this weekend from Mirko Bortolotti. He's going to extend his lead at the top of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. The man from Trentino exits the final corner, the checker flag is out, and the checker flag falls for the second time this weekend for Mirko Bortolotti. Second place man is going to be Christopher Zanella across the line. Mickey Monras is going to be very, very close to Jack Clark. He's got past Jack Clark, hasn't he, at the final corner. Another move we didn't see is Christopher Zanella has actually come across the line in 3rd place, ahead of Tobias Hagevold. So that's obviously taken place somewhere out of our sight. He'll come across the line now then. Marinescu down in 11th place. Bortolotti, he takes the win comfortably. Tobias Hagevold, his first pole position of the season. Can he convert it into the lead at Paddock Hill Bend? The green flag that waves there from the back of the field. The lights come on. And we're away, and it's a very good start from Jack Clark. He's going to slice through the middle of them. Jack Clark takes the lead with a brilliant start. So close to colliding as they make their way down into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Hagevold drops to 3rd. Alex Brundle actually has gone around the outside into 3rd place. Ramon Pinheiro isn't close enough to make a move. Alex Brundle's going very, very wide. That's going to lose him some positions. We're all through Druids safely so far. That was very close between the lead three. Brundle's been pushed out onto the dirt a little bit, and now he's back in front of his old sparring partner. Jordan King goes across, and we've got collisions. Calvin Snooks is off. Mihai Marinescu is off. Benjamin Lariche is off towards the back of that as well. King is going to be out of the race. Snooks is going to be out of the race. Benjamin Lariche is definitely going to be out of the race. Mihai Marinescu might get it good going again, but now we've got Max Snegerev going side by side with Timo Storz up towards the right-hander at Hawthorn. And we've also got Bortolotti tempting a little late lunge. This could possibly be a safety car, depending on how quickly the marshals can sort all that out. Snegerev looking very racy behind Timo Storz, but what an incredible start from Jack Clark's area of the screen. Bortolotti hasn't pressed it. We've got side by side here Aman Ibrahim and I think Jose Luis Abadin. Abadin going around the outside there at Hawthorns. Good move from Ramon Pinheiro, beginning to break away now from Tobias Hagevold, who's got Mickey Monras all over the back. But look at this, here comes Mirko Bortolotti around the outside. We're seeing a replay of Alex Brundle going off, but it's side by side between Zanella and Bortolotti. Bortolotti, I think, did an early boost, and he's got the comeback. Zanella, he just keeps it out of the gravel. That's going to put him under pressure from Timo Storz, but a good move there. And Storz is going for it up the inside. Great late move from Timo Storz. And now Max Snegerev is in there too, so Zanella losing 2 positions. It looked to me, we weren't watching it on the screen, that's the problem with such a great view here at Brands Hatch. We end up looking out the window, and he has been the fastest man really this weekend, and he'll now start to hunt down the rest of the pack. Can Max Snegerev do anything about Christopher Zanella now? As they make their way down Pilgrim's Drop, Zanella goes defensive. Snegerev looks to the outside. Is he going to be able to squeeze it around there? No, he's not. That's a very difficult manoeuvre to pull off. Snegerev looking racy.
There's someone up at Druids. Who is that? Can't quite see.
Well, we've got a replay. It's Timo Storz. Oh, Storz was running very well. He was up in 12th place actually, so he dropped down the order a little bit, but he has beached it right there on the gravel. We're going to have a live snatch up there, I imagine. So Timo just losing the back end, and once you get into that gravel, 5 winners, 6 meetings I think. So, into the gravel, who's that? That's Mikkel Mack. Has he kept that out of the wall? Yes, he has. That was a big moment there for Mikkel Mack, and he did well to not put that in the tyre barrier. Very, very close on the way down into Paddock Hill Bend, and he sends one up the inside. Monras puts the car in the middle of the circuit. Bortolotti didn't really know which way to go, and that was a very, very close moment. Up towards Druids now, and Mickey Monras takes the inside line, and here we've got a move. We've said Mikkel Mack and Jose Luis Abadin have been together all day. What's going to happen here? It's Abadin on the outside being unceremoniously squeezed onto the grass, and he wasn't left much room really there, was he? So Jose Abadin a bit with nowhere to go. Here we go then. It's Mack. Oh, he gets out of shape, so that's a difficult. It looked as though the gap was there. Did get airborne. It looked as though the gap was there, but that left-hand kick kind of ruined it for him a little bit.
Yeah, it was always going to be a bit tight, and he would have known that. And in my opinion, a bit of a stupid error.
But into clearways for the final time comes Jack Clark. That's Ramon Pinheiro behind, but the checker flag is out, and Jack Clark takes the checker flag and his first win in the FIA Formula 2 Championship at his home circuit here at Brands Hatch. He is going to be delighted. Second place for Ramon Pinheiro. Who is going to be third? It's going to be Hagevold ahead of Monras, ahead of Bortolotti. And 6th place should, in theory, be Christopher Zanella. But Jack Clark, what a fantastic result. All the cars in position, and this 28-lap race is about to get underway. Then the lights come on here at Brands Hatch, and we're away. It's another good reaction start from Jack Clark. He's going through the middle, but there's Honor of Rooms. He dives to the inside line and has to back out of it because he nearly clouts the wall. Ramon Pinheiro goes around the outside of Bortolotti into the lead. Up into 3rd place then is Mickey Monras. 4th is Alex Brundle as they dive up towards Druids for the first time. Jack Clark still in 3rd place. Almost pulled off an exact repeat, but the 2 front row men were having none of that. Brundle challenging Mickey Monras on the run down into the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend, but it's Ramon Pinheiro who has taken the lead. We're all safely through Graham Hill Bend this time around, along the Cooper Straight. This is Hagevold challenging Brundle into the left-hander at Surtees before they climb the hill and head out into the wooded section of this circuit. Is anyone going to be using their boost button to try and make up any positions? We'll wait and see when we get a shot of a little further towards the front. We've got side by side. This is Hagevold and Marinescu. So Marinescu has got past Hagevold then. Hagevold probably compromised as he tried to make his move on Alex Brundle. Through now Hawthorn Bend and down towards Dingle, down now the dip up towards Sheen Curve that we were talking about earlier on today. And it's Ramon Pinheiro who leads this race then. Bortolotti in 2nd, Clark in 3rd, Mickey Monras in 4th. It's going to be fairly single file as Ramon Pinheiro bursts back out into the Indy section here at Brands Hatch, and he is comfortably leading from Mirko Bortolotti. That's Aman Ibrahim then a little bit further down in the order, but across the line they come, and here comes Jack Clark. Is he having a look at Mirko Bortolotti? He's putting him under pressure into Paddock Hill Bend. It's not close enough this time around, but he is right in the slipstream of the Italian, the man from Trentino, having to go very defensive into Paddock Hill Bend, but Jack Clark nearly making an identical start to yesterday.
Yeah, and breathe. And I think Ramon and Bortolotti were very wise to how good Jack's starts have been, and Ramon particularly really closed it off and made sure it wasn't going to happen.
Oh.
And is that Alex Brundle? Yeah, Alex Brundle going wide through Paddock, very wide.
Someone else as well. Someone else is heading off. Is that Jordan King? I think has taken to the gravel as well. Have they both got out and looking out the window? And it looks like they have. I don't think that is King. Actually, that looks like it's Snooks. Yeah. So Alex Brundle, well, second time through Paddock Hill Bend. Not just second time through Paddock Hill Bend and racing speed this weekend. And he has put it in the gravel, unfortunately. We'll let you know when he comes through. He was fifth at the end of the first lap. But this battle, Jack Clark is a man with a mission, isn't he? Right up behind Mirko Bortolotti as they head down towards Clearways. Ramon Pinheiro in the highlighter pen is comfortably in front, but it's Jack Clark going to be using his boost as they make their way out of Clearways through Clark Curve now and across the start-finish line. This is the battle for second position. It's Pinheiro, Bortolotti, Clark, Monras, Brundle. Oh, sorry, not Brundle. Fifth place now is well, the timing screens haven't updated yet. Here we go. Marinescu 5th, Hagevold 6th, Aman Ibrahim 7th. Zanella is up into 8th place. 9th is Max Snegerev and 10th is Timo Storz. Running in 6th place behind Mihai Marinescu onto the Brabham Straight. He's fairly close as they make their way in towards turn 1. And here comes the look up the inside from Hagevold. Marinescu closes the door. Hagevold looked like he was close enough, but Mihai saw that coming and as a result got over. Hagevold another little look up the inside into Druids, a little lock up from the right front that way, into him too much harm because it wasn't a particularly major lock up. But Hagevold is looking racy. He wants to get past and get up towards Mickey Monras and Jack Clark, doesn't he? Ramon Pinheiro turns into Clearways. He made an excellent start, took the lead around the outside at Paddock Hill Bend, and now he's seeing the checker flag. Ramon Pinheiro wins for the first time in FIA Formula 2. It's been a weekend of first wins because Jack Clark comes home. Green flag wave from the back of the field. Ramon Pinheiro on pole position. Bortolotti in second place. It's Zanella and Mihai Marinescu in fourth. The lights go out very, very quickly indeed. It's a good start from Pinheiro, and it looks like he's going to hold the lead, but Zanella's got an excellent start. Darting across to try and block Mihai Marinescu. Pinheiro leads comfortably into the first corner. Zanella holds in third place, and we've got a couple of collisions at the back. Is that Johannes Theobald rolling, I think, for the second time this season? So that has also involved Rene Binder. But up at the front, Zanella is going side by side with Mirko Bortolotti on the run-up towards the second corner. Bortolotti on the inside holds the position. Marinescu trying to follow through. It's Brundle then following in fifth place. A few of them going out wide as they all try and find their way through the second corner. Down towards Schlossgold now. Third corner on the circuit, and this is good well around Pinheiro, but Bortolotti's right up behind him. Zanella's got back a long way because of that running wide. But a frantic first corner is what we expected. Managed to survive that opening lap. Mikkel Mack is going up the inside of Luciano Becchetta, going into the final corner. Not quite close enough to make it through. That's a decent start from Mikkel Mack. I think he started 8th on the grid, and now he's in the slipstream of Becchetta. Come across the line. You can see the standings at the bottom of the screen there. But Mikkel Mack has got past, but Bechetta's now got the inside line. Mack makes him stick around the outside and collects Mickey Monras. Too late on the brakes from Mikkel Mack. And Mickey Monras, third place man in the championship, is sent spinning. He says, what on earth was that about? And I fear these cars do have starter motors in them, but it looked like he's probably got quite a bit of rear end damage, and now Bechetta's coming under pressure from Kelvin Snooks and Jack Clark on the run-up into the right-hander, and they hold that position. Julian Theobald, I apologise. We're seeing a replay now of Sunghak Kaman and Aman Ibrahim. Sunghak Kaman has had a very, very good afternoon and weekend, really, getting up the inside of Aman Ibrahim. Good replay. He got away at the start, had to defend a little bit into the first corner, but nothing too drastic, and as a result Ramon Pinheiro has subsequently dominated the first race of the day here at the first race of the weekend, I should say, here. we're away. Jack Clark had a little bit of a jump start potentially, but anyway, up at the front, Ramon's got a great start and he's looking towards the inside line. Is he going to take the lead away from Christopher Zanella? Mihai Marinescu is up into third place, past Bortolotti. No, Bortolotti holds it around the outside. Aman Ibrahim spins in the midfield and collects Jack Clark, who loses his front wing. Everyone else sneaks through okay by the looks of things, but Zanella is still coming under pressure from Ramon Pinheiro. Up the hill towards turn 2. Is Ramon going to break early and try and get the cut back? We'll have to wait and see. Through the corner they come. Snegrev is up to fourth. Zanella goes wide. Ramon Pinheiro takes the lead. Bortolotti's in there as well. We've got a spinner at the back. That's Miki Monras is facing the wrong way. So the man to watch, according to James Gornall, is out at turn 2. But now it's side by side between Bortolotti and Zanella, and Bortolotti's through. So a disastrous couple of corners for Christopher Zanella. He went in too deep on the brakes, and then he's going to be under pressure from Mihai Marinescu. There we've got Bacchetta battling with fellow newcomer Rene Binder. But what happened to Miki Monras up there at turn 2? Here's a replay of the start. I think we're just going to see, oh, someone gets out of shape. It's Ibrahim just gets out of shape on the brakes. Jack Clark has nowhere to go and clouts into him, really.
That was almost as if Armand forgot to brake. He went very tight to go for a gap, and then it just looked like maybe on a downshift, the rear wheel snapped, so not a particularly good idea from him there.
What? Monras just lost it himself.
On his own, that's unbelievable. He's a very, very good driver, Mickey. I'd expect you not to do that.
Well, so that's not good news for Miki Monras. And that is a very hot rear right brake by the looks of things for James Cole. They turn through the Red Bull Mobile corner, 82 miles an hour onto the start straight. Here comes Snooks. He's got a good slipstream and is looking to the outside as they climb up towards the hill. It's going to be a difficult one to pull off around the outside. Larice will just hold his line on the inside. Snooks has gone around the outside, goes off the off the circuit. That's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? So will he decide to let Larice back through, because Pat did kind of gain an advantage by going all 4 wheels over the white line, but we'll have to wait and see. Ramon now has a 2-second lead. Here's Zanella and Marinescu. Marinescu on the outside in the challenge for third place. Doesn't make the move stick, but he was obviously right up alongside Christopher Zanella, and now he's going to be close and in the slipstream on the run down into Schlossgold. Again, Zanella looks to the inside line, so Marinescu's going to be hard pushed to get around the outside, but he's got a great run and he makes the move stick. Zanella takes a wide line into Schlossgold. Is that going to give him a good exit and have a look into the Audi corner? He's tucked right underneath, but Marinescu at the moment has moved up into third position. A great scrap here into Audi Ultra. These cars are called powered by Audi engines as they now make their way down into Lauda. Hegerwald again pushed onto the grass on the inside on the run up to turn 2. He's gone for exactly the same move again, but Bacchetta is now with Mikkel Mack. Snegrev goes wide, and surely Hegerwald takes that position. Yes, he does. He's gone for that first qualifying. Here's Sunghak Munn now battling with Johannes Theobald. This is a good drive from Sunghak Munn. Theobald's going to get the cutback though, and they're going to go side by side up towards turn 2. Hasn't quite got enough of an overlap, and it's going to be very, very interesting. They'll cut back into the slipstream now, just get a little more burst of slipstream, and then late on the brakes from Theobald. Is he going to make it through? Yes, he is. So he holds on to that 16th position, but Ramon Pinheiro comes out of the final corner for the final time. It's going to be a perfect weekend for Ramon. 2 wins, and he's won 3 of the last 3 races. He takes the checkered flag here at the Red Bull Ring. Mirko Bortolotti finishes in 2nd place, setting the fastest lap of the race on that final lap. Let's go out. We've got the green flag wave from the back of the field then. This 21-lap race about to get underway. The lights come on. And we're away. It is a good getaway from Brundle. Mihai Marinescu's got a decent one. Bortolotti's got a terrible start. Zanella's passed him. Hegerwald is heading up the inside as well as they head down into the first chicane. Brundle's on the inside line, almost touching wheels as they come into braking. And Alex Brundle moves into the lead. Mihai Marinescu slots into 2nd. 3rd place, who is that launching up the inside? Is that Zanella possibly? As they all creep their way through. Or is that Bortolotti? Somehow he recovered because he got a poor start. A few slower cars at the back, but no major incidents. Now Zanella is battling Hegerwald, so I'd love to see how that transpired. Bortolotti got a very slow getaway. It's not over for the lead. Brundle just about holding it. Here's Bortolotti going very defensive, so he's now ahead of Hegerwald. Are they going to get through the 2nd chicane cleanly? Yes, they are. Jack Clark making a move on Mikkel Mack as Sunghak Munn goes over the runoff. But good start from Brundle, but he's going to be under pressure from Marinescu.
Yeah, absolutely right. Down towards Lesbo 2 here. He's going to be under a lot of pressure from Mihai now. He's going to have to get the best exit he's ever got out. He's got a Lesbo 2 right now. And it doesn't look too bad actually. I've got to use exit there. I think with more velocity, he's a lot of time to brake.
Yes, indeed. So into the Ascari chicane they turn, and Marinescu is not letting Brundle get away with this one just yet. All the top front runners are safety through Ascari. Bortolotti might be challenging Ramon Pinheiro on the run down into Parabolica potentially, as we wait to see them. Here they come down this long stretch. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to walk from Ascari down to Parabolica, such is the length of the straight. But at 180 miles an hour, it doesn't feel that far at all. There's Mikkel Mack battling with Miki Monras. They're just up ahead of him in the outside. Behind Timo Storks, who's under the gravel. Is that Schnooks possibly? We'll wait and see when he recovers onto the circuit. But it's side by side for the lead, and Marinescu has got back past Brundle. Brundle looked to the outside on the way down into the first chicane, but Mihai Marinescu lost the lead at the start of the race, and Bortolotti is up into third place. Is he? No, he's had to go over the anti-cut, so he'll have to give that position back. It's side by side between Zanella and Hagevold as well. So Marinescu back in the lead, but they tug right in through Curva Grande. There's Bortolotti giving the position back to Ramon.
Yeah, I think he had to do that, obviously, as you said, can't cut the chicane to get in place there, but these two really seem to have broken away because of that and that's exactly what we need to do. To be honest, they need to work together right now and give themselves a little bit of time, not too much passing them right now, and then they give themselves a better chance of position to win later in the race.
As you say, Jonathan, absolutely together. As they crossed the line, there was a tenth and a half of a second between them. Looks as though Marinescu's bridged the gap a little bit through Ascari then, so we've got three pairs of two really up at the...
moving around a lot on the brakes as we
he got hit.
But yeah.
Julian Theobald lunging one up the inside into Ascari. Ramon Pinheiro decides it's okay to go back to the racing line. Is that a mistake? Because Bortolotti's up the inside, and Bortolotti is parked. Great tow down the back straight into the Parabolica. And what has Ramon got in response? He's going to be in the perfect position to counter-attack. He'll lose a bit of downforce through the Parabolica. Is he going to be close enough?
Get it done all the way to that, so yeah, job done fairly easily, but Hedgefield will be trying to get a nice exit here, get back in the tow, and see what they can challenge down into that one.
Yeah, good move from Christopher Zanella up the inside into the Parabolica. 1.2 seconds now. Bortolotti not close enough onto the brakes for the first chicane. Car getting very, very sideways. It's very, very loose. Under braking, you can really see that from the onboards. He was having to fight it. They turn through Curva Grande once more and head out onto the back straight once more towards the Parabolica. Mihai Marinescu fairly comfortable out in the lead. We're going to see a very happy Romanian if he can hold on for these last 4 laps of anything. Zanella looked like he was closer to Pinheiro than Bortolotti was to Brundle. Bortolotti's dropped that quite a way now.
Yeah, he has. So it's a bit of a surprise, really, because he steamed up towards the back of Brundle and wasn't able to really make much of it. But Zanella really will be in that 2 or 3 second window. Obviously, it's picking up a big toe now.
Just through the Parabolica, they come. Starts the final lap of the race. He has led this race for a lot of it, but it's not all over for second. Bortolotti very, very close indeed. Looks to the outside. Now what he's got to try and do is get a great run out of this chicane and hope he can get a great slipstream as well down towards the second one. Through Curva Grande they come for the final time, and Bortolotti is closest than he's been most of this race to Brundle. Has a little shimmy. Who's going to go to the inside? Brundle is out on the outside. Is Bortolotti, and he takes the place. He gets a great one through Curva Grande. Can he get it stopped in time for the chicane? Yes, he can. Mirko Bortolotti moves up into second position. It's not over yet though. Brundle is going to fight this one until the death. Only about half a lap to go now through the first Lesmo corner. And has Alex Brundle got anything left to attack Mirko Bortolotti with? I said earlier, perhaps he just dropped back or something to save his tyres and go for a last-minute attack.
Well, if that was his plan, he did it absolutely brilliantly. But yeah, what he managed to do is get a good exit, obviously at turn 1, and while Alex was still trying to sort out the effects of braking pretty late in turn 1, so sort of coaxed him into that slight mistake. And I think that may be enough to have the job done there for the second place.
Mihai Marinescu has never won in FIA Formula 2, but that is about to change. If he can just turn his way out of the Parabolica without running too wide, he is going to take victory in the first race of the weekend here at Monza. There's the checker flag, and there's Mihai Marinescu taking it. He wins. Second place goes the way of Mirko Bortolotti, robbing Alex Brundle on that final lap, but Brundle's first podium since Magny Cours back in May. Fourth position for Ramon Pinheiro. Fifth place goes the way of Christopher Zanella's championship. It's round 14. Mirko Bortolotti, as you say, in the race today, the championship. One test. And it's out at the end of the year. Got the green flag raised from the back of the field. Round 14 of the championship about to get underway. The lights come on and we're away, and it's a very slow reaction from Mirko Bortolotti. Pinheiro gets a better start. Monras is up in the third place already. We're all off the grid, which is good news, but Pinheiro is up the inside of Bortolotti on the run down into turn one. He gets a wheel on the grass. Is he going to be later on the brakes? Yes, he is. Bortolotti will have the outside, which will become the inside, but he's gone over the curbing, and the championship leader bounces over the curb. So does Alex Brundle a little bit further back, and Benjamin Larice. So as they head through Curva Grande, it's Ramon Pinheiro that takes the lead. It's side by side between Timo Storz and Mikkel Mack, and they are right up behind Tobias Hagevold. So Nicky Monras holding on to that third place. Down to Della Robbia for the first time. Monras goes defensive, and we've got a bit of gravel kicked up at the back. That's going to be, they all just about sneak through. I thought Hagevold was going to be going wide over the curbs there, all through the first few chicanes safely. Good work, but Ramon is away in the lead. Zanella has had a shocker of a start. He's down behind Plamen Kralev. We'll have to see exactly where that is. Mikkel Mack's out of shape. He's skating across the gravel. Where's he going to come back on the circuit? He picks up a bit of air, sneaks back onto the exit of Ascari. Alex Brundle goes past him as they all exit Ascari and down towards the right-hander of Parabolica, but it's Pinheiro out in the lead. Storz has got past Hagevold then, up into fourth position as well. Bachetta therefore is in sixth, with Jack Clark in seventh place, as Snegerev sends one up the inside of Snooks. Has Snooks seen him? Yes, he has. Great late move from Max Snegerev to take that position, and this is fantastic racing. There's Zanella, look, just ahead of Julian Theobald. So let's see exactly what position that is. Pinheiro, Bortolotti, Monras, Storz, Hagevold, Bachetta, Clark, Brundle, Snegerev and Snooks as they cross the line. In 14th position for Christopher Zanella as Storz continues to battle with Tobias Hagevold.
And Snooks is back fast actually. He's got a nice big toe down the main straight. A reasonable exit from the Parabolica, so it all happens all the way down through it.
Bachetta is right back in the slipstream with Tobias Hagevold now as well. So there is Plamen Kralev, just ahead I think of Mikkel Mack. And Benjamin Larice, sorry, I apologise. Here's Bachetta up the inside of Hagevold. No, not quite. Timo Storz is starting to hold them all back. And they are going to lose touch with the top few runners. Hagevold's on the grass on the inside of the first leg mode. Through he goes. Storz tries to... Oh, they collide. Storz slides into the gravel. That's big. The match could possibly bring out the safety car. Tried to squeeze Hagevold, but around that corner, you know it, Jonathan, it's a very difficult corner to get right.
I think what Storz should have done is just give him a little bit more room there, because they're clearly down the inside and well down the inside of the car, so I think a little bit more room.
Into the Ascari chicane, Julian Theobald is sending one up the inside of Tobias Hagevold. Does he make it through? No. Hagevold hangs it on around the outside. On the exit of Ascari they come down towards Parabolica. How things at the lead. Bortolotti is right back up with Ramon Pinheiro. It's Nicky Monras in third. So Luciano Bachetta, after having an absolutely torrid Friday, moves down towards, the late in the practice session, finds himself in fourth position as they exit the Parabolica. This is a replay of Mikkel Mack getting all out of shape. He gets some big air here. I was worried he was going to come back onto the circuit in front of everyone else. And then, well, there's that incident again. Hagevold got out of shape on the inside. I think Storz gave him enough room, but he needed to give him more just to be safe. And Bortolotti's back in the lead. So he must have got a great run down the main straight out of our view. But Pinheiro is going to be right up behind him on the way down into the seconds again. It's all going on.
It is, and Monras isn't too far behind Pinheiro either. He'll be picking a nice little toe there from Pinheiro's car. And I don't think he's quite quick enough, close enough rather, into the second domain here, but these three seem to have broken away a little bit from Bachetta. And after that first corner sort of scrap with Pinheiro, Bortolotti was straight back on the case with him and has got the job done.
Very, very determined this weekend is Mirko Bortolotti. I would not be surprised. He's got green flags out of here, of course, because that's where he went off. Here's the replay. That's a late move, isn't it? He wasn't alongside going into that corner.
No, it's strange to see Ramon Pinheiro give it away, actually. He probably could have easily defended that one, but maybe wasn't expecting Bortolotti to go for it.
Down into the Ascari chicane. Pinheiro needs to be careful now because Nicky Monras is right up behind him. Bachetta. Oh look, Brundle has recovered well, hasn't he? He was a long way down the field, but he is now up into 6th place, so we've got Brits in 4th, 5th and 6th. Hagevold and Mikkel-Mack now will work together perhaps to climb their way back up the order. Here's a replay. Oh, that's Storch heading off into the gravel. And Hagevold recovers.
I think that's where Brundle picked up the two double places right there, so that's the place. There was a three abreast going into the parabolic.
Mikkel-Mack on the inside, Canelo on the outside, both going around Plam and Kralev. That was some excellent racing. And then if they got Hagevold right behind them, yes they have. The leaders storm across the line, but this is a great four-way battle. Plam and Kralev, this is the battle over 9th place. Mikkel-Mack in that 9th position. And down into the first corner they come. Nicky Monras is very, very close to the back of Ramon Pinheiro.
I think what Bortolotti's managed
For 2nd place then, the two Catalan men, Ramon Pinheiro and Nicky Monras, head out onto the back straight in the battle for 2nd position in round 14 of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. Bortolotti is doing exactly what he needs to do if he wants to take the championship at the end of this race. Barely a car length between them as they whiz past our commentary box down into the first corner. Oh, Zanella tried to do a little dummy there, but Snegrev held his ground. Zanella's going to try and go late on the brakes around the outside. Great move from Christopher Zanella. It may not be over because Snegrev will get a good exit and he'll be tucked right into tow. But that was a very, very good move, and that's the kind of performance we've come to expect from Zanella. Down through Curva Grande into Della Roggia. Where's he going to position his car? As Brundle begins to think about attacking Jack Clark as well into the 2nd chicane. These two are very close, so Brundle will be eager to pass and try and catch him with Bachetta. Oh, I thought he was sending one up the inside into Lesbo one there.
Yeah, looked very tight. That's good scratch.
And he gets the move done up in the 5th position, but it's another good long run down towards the Parabolica, so Jack Clark is not going to give in that easily. Clark is his first win in FIA Formula 2 back at Brands Hatch earlier this year. He's close enough to make a move to the Parabolica. No, he is not. But it bides his time when it looked like he got the turning wasn't quite as he would have desired. They had to take 2 bites of it on the way into the corner. So with 14 laps to go, and Brundle now begins to close in on Luciano Bachetta for 4th place.
Well, he's certainly getting through the field fairly
It was as they crossed the start-finish line anyway, so we'll see. Oh, Brundle's gone in deep. He's going to take a big clout of the curbs, darts between the 2 curbs on the re-entry, so he doesn't lose him any positions. Whether the stewards will reckon he's gained an advantage by cutting the corner. There's been no positional change. Car 5 is under investigation for cutting the chicane. So Alex Brundle, who's about to launch an attack on Luciano Bachetta and is about to move up into 4th position. Oh, Bachetta turned in late, tried to get the cutback, didn't quite work out. So Brundle under investigation as he battles with Bachetta. Out onto the start, finish straight. Luciano moves to the inside. That's not the racing line. That could put Bachetta in trouble because all 4 wheels over that white line is a little bit naughty. Down into the first chicane they come. Brundle on the outside, Bachetta on the inside. Oh, Bachetta's moving across, just reached Brundle. Enough room. I mean, these two they're good mates. They were having lunch together today, just chatting and laughing. But on the racetrack, different story.
Yeah, as soon as you guys get out, as anyone else, everybody in the race, it's really hard right now. It's
Very experienced Luciano Bachetta. Pulling Palmer out, he's watching. Calvin Schnucks is going to come under pressure from Zanella fairly soon as well. 2nd place battle isn't over either, so we've got plenty of stuff to happen as he's remaining 11 laps. Brundle later on the brakes than Bachetta and moves up into that position. They're going to be side by side almost through Ascari. Brilliant race between these two out onto the back straight. Running nicely. What's Brundle going to do? Looking in his mirrors. He's going to go defensive. No, he's going to stick to the outside line. Bachetta doesn't fancy a lunge at this point. He'll take a nice wide line into Parabolica. Mickey Monras going up the inside of Ramon Pinheiro into the second chicane, but Pinheiro fights back and moves through into the inside of the first Lesmo. So Ramon Pinheiro holds on to that second place, but this battle is well and truly on. Monras super close, half a car length, a little bit sideways on the exit of the second Lesmo. Down towards Ascari they come. They've got a clear gap back to that fourth position battle which is currently being held. There is our race leader, Mirko Bortolotti, down into the Ascari chicane. Comes this battle for second place. No, he's not. Pinheiro has it covered, but is Monras going to be able to get an overlap on the outside? Yes, he is. Pinheiro squeezes him. Almost contact. Almost surely contact. Monras flies across the runoff area, comes back on behind Pinheiro. Now, that's going to be a difficult one to call. Conversely, this may work in Monras' favour, because now he could take that run up.
Well, absolutely. Sure, it's not quite the way he wanted to do it, but front is not actually that far away from Monras as well as a result of that. But I think I don't know quite why he's putting his car in that position, because Pinheiro is always going to squeeze him a little bit. He's never really going to go around the outside of him now, I don't think. So slightly strange positioning in the corner entry there.
Final time, this battle for second place still rages down into Ascari, so Parabolica is going to be the final chance. It's another lockup for Ramon Pinheiro. The final chance for Mickey Monras to take second place is going to be into the Parabolica, but Mirko Bortolotti heads into the Parabolica for the final time, and he is going to surely exit to take the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. The Italian wins on home soil and sees the checker flag and becomes the third Formula 2 champion. A fantastic victory, stamps on the brakes, Justin Wilson-esque. There's Brundle exiting the final corner. Pinheiro is going to hold on for second place just as they cross the line. Time this season, we're about to have racing in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. The Circuit de Catalunya is going to host 22 laps of action. Mirko Bortolotti on pole position, Mickey Monras alongside him along the inside line. The lights come on and we're away very quickly. It looks as though Monras has got a decent getaway. Ramon Pinheiro is pulling to the inside line to try and have a look at the inside as well, but as they head down, it's Bortolotti leading, Monras in second. They're all line astern. Bortolotti has to go very defensive. Looks like Alex Brundle's got a good start as Zanella tries to send one up the inside. Hagevold is in there too, fairly calm through the first corner in the first few rows. Zanella has lost out, I think, to Jack Clark, who's got another very good start. One person going off, I think that was Patrice Warren, just going over the runoff on the exit of the first corner, but all safely through the first sector. And here's the look for third place. Tobias Hagevold sending it up the inside into turn 4. Did Ramon Pinheiro see him? We'll see when the camera pans around. Yes, he did. Hagevold didn't make it through, but that was a close one.
Yeah, that was. I thought Ramon was beginning to get back onto the racing line, and they might touch, but I think it must be incredibly close to get over there.
Benjamin Lariche trying to go side by side. I think there was Timo Stortz a little bit further back in the field. It's Max Snegerev actually, so Snegerev holding the inside line as James Cole battles with Jose Luis Abedin, who's made up 3 places off the start. In fact, up through Chapter they come, 108 miles an hour in fourth gear in qualifying trim, and then the run down towards the hairpin. So Mihai Marinescu is feeling under pressure from Jack Clark, isn't he?
Yes, and exactly. We saw Tobias Hagevold go down the inside of Ramon, and Ramon's got it back actually going through the thing. So fantastic little snap
to take the win in the penultimate race of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. Bortolotti delighted, had a little bit of pressure from Mickey Monras early on. That soon dissipated as Bortolotti put his foot down. Second place for Mickey Monras. I think he'll be satisfied with that. Disappointed he couldn't keep up the pace with Mirko Bortolotti. And here comes Ramon Pinheiro to clinch a GP2 test drive at the end of the year. That will no doubt please flag will be waved. Final round of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship will be underway. Mechanics and engineers wait with bated breath because we've got the green flag waved from the back of the field. Now, the lights come on. And we're away. Who's going to get the best getaway? It looks like it's a decent start for Ramon Pinheiro. He's got alongside Mirko Bortolotti already as they head down in towards turn 1 for the first time. Who's it going to be in the lead? It's going to be Pinheiro. Marinescu is trying to follow through on the inside as well. Bortolotti could get shuffled down. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside at turn 1. There's a little bit of contact further back in the field. But who's going to exit turn 3 in the lead of this race? We wait to see as they head towards turn 4. The mechanics want to see as well. So it was a fantastic start. It's Bortolotti. He's managed to hang on around the outside. Mihai Marinescu right with him. Brundle sending a lunge up the inside. Hegerwald going in the gravel on the outside. That's going to send him right to the back of the field. Let's hope he can keep it going and keep it out of there. But Mickey Monras has dropped down to 4th then. Brundle is into 5th. 6th place for Calvin Schutz. He's lost the position. A man who's made up a bit of ground is Christian Zanella, and a good start for Jack Clark.
Yeah, I thought Pinheiro had it there, but he just didn't manage to brace quite late enough to hold off Bortolotti, and a fantastic effort to regain the lead from Bortolotti there.
I think Mickey Monras will be the most frustrated man after that start, because Marinescu must have got an excellent start to move from 4th to almost 2nd, really. He was alongside Bortolotti as well. Very impressive driving. Schnucks is now coming under pressure from Alex Brundle. He's going to squeeze the Englishman towards the inside. Jack Clark is going past Mickelmack as well. Schnucks has managed to hang on around the outside. He's going to lose grip. They're still side by side up into the right-hander of 10-12. And Brundle finally makes the move stick. Good move there from the man from King's Lynn. As he heads out towards the tight and twisty final part of the circuit. But the key now is going to be how quickly can Bortolotti begin to pull away from Ramon Pinheiro in court. Drops down the hill, it's this time around. No, not quite. Brundle is checking his mirrors eagerly. It looks as though Jack Clark is having to go defensive from Mickelmack. Back on the shot, yes, because Mack's on the outside as they come down into turn 1. Is Mack going to be able to go all the way around the outside? Clark will surely just take the apex. Mack's going to give it a go, and this will be a very impressive move from the young Dane. It is a very impressive move from the young Dane as he moves up into 8th position, and as he comes into turn 13 for the final time, it's going to be a brace of wins in the final 2 rounds of the 2011 FIA Formula 2 Championship. He is also going to be the driver who has won the most F2 races in the 3-year history of the championship. Across the line he comes for his 7th win of the season, his 8th Formula 2 victory, and he is a deserving champion. Ramon Pinheiro's 2nd place, not enough to take 2nd in the championship, but 3rd place and a GP2 catch the weight. Mihai Marinescu comes home in 3rd place, 4th for Mickey Monras. High fives from Ramon Pinheiro's crew. Brundle is going to come across the line in 5th position. There he comes, Snooks behind. Zanella and Mickelmack leading from 8th. Very impressed with Mickelmack's performance. Jack Clark, is he going to hang on from 9th ahead of Zanella? I imagine so. Mirko Bortolotti taking the win. Another excellent win from the Austro-Italian. As Jonathan Palmer heads towards the podium to congratulate Mirko, I have no doubt, and the rest of the top 3 finishers. And here's a look at the championship, the final championship standings then. I'm not 100% sure if this is including the dropped scores. Yes, I think it is, isn't it? Yes, so good work from the TV crew.